Hi students, welcome to online class. In this video, we are going to discuss about the chapter 11 functions. Now we are going to see the next concept, user defined function. See, we already discussed that there are different functions are there. There are two different types of functions are there. One is called built-in function and another one is called user defined function. So built-in functions, we have discussed a lot of built-in functions such as character functions, getChar, putChar, and then gets, puts, and then string functions also we discussed, strcpy, strcat, then strlwr, string lower, string upper. Like that we discussed a lot of built-in functions. So built-in functions means the functions which are predefined, which are already built in the programming language. Those functions are created when the programming language was created. So like that we can say in that manner. But what about user-defined function? User-defined function means when there is a need, the user want to define a function, then the user can define the function by their own, we can say. So we can also see here they have given, we can also define new functions to perform a specific task. We can also define our own functions. For performing a task. See, function means we already studied that whenever we want to perform a specific task, that particular task is given under the name function. That specified task is given under the name function, we can say like that. So we are going to define our own function for performing a specific task. So this is called user defined function. So the functions which are defined by the user, created by the user is called user defined function. See here, user defined functions are created by the user. User defined functions are created by the user for their own. They are creating the functions. So they are called as user defined functions. And then a function can optionally define input parameters that enables callers to pass arguments into the function. See, if there is a need, you can specify the parameters also. A function can have parameters. We already studied that each and every function will have a parameter, but it is an optional one. It is not a compulsory one. A function can have parameters. The parameters are optional one. Why the parameters are needed? Whenever we specify the parameters, then what will happen? See, if a function contains parameter, whenever we are calling the function, we can pass the value to the parameter. Can you understand, students? So whenever we are defining the function, we can optionally give the parameters, input parameters. Why we are giving the input parameters means whenever the function is called, somebody is calling the function, at the time they can pass the value to this parameter. They can pass the value to the parameters. They can pass the arguments, and then those arguments will be assigned to the parameters. And then it will be processed through the function. Can you understand, students? So from the main function, the values are passed, the arguments are passed, and then it comes to the function, that is user defined function. and then those values will be assigned to the parameters. Those values will be assigned to the parameters, and then it will be processed in the function, and it will be processed inside the function, we can say like that. Can you understand, students? And then after receiving the value, so it is an optional one only, it is not a compulsory one. So whenever the values are received, the arguments are received, and then those arguments are assigned to the parameters, and then it is processed, after processing, after the function is processed, after performing a specific task, something can be returned to the main function again. So see here, a function can also optionally return a value as output. So sometimes if it is given, if there is a return statement is given, return, you can see in all the programs at the last line they are given return 0. Why they are given return 0? See, the function's data type is integer. So they are given return statement. So like that, whenever a function want to return some value to the main function, or whenever a value is returned as an output, then it can be given. Return statement can also be given, but it is also an optional one. It is not a compulsory one, it is an optional one. So a function can also optionally return a value as output. So function can optionally return a value to the main function, or return a value to the caller who is calling the function. Return a value to the caller, so who is calling the function. So that value can be an output. That return value can be an output. Then functions are useful for encapsulating common operations in a single reusable block, ideally with a name that clearly describes what the function does. See, functions are most probably used for common operations. Common operations means, for example, whenever we want to do some addition process, whenever we want to get the input from the user. So whenever we need to get the input from the user, whenever we need to show the output, get the input, and then do some arithmetical calculations, such as the arithmetical calculations are repeated again and again, maybe addition or subtraction or multiplication. So some common operations which are reused again and again, so that particular thing can be given within the block. So then that is called as function. Can you understand, students? Right. Now we are going to see the function definition. How to define the function. In C++, a function must be defined before it is used anywhere in the program. So before calling the function, we want to define the function. Without defining the function, you should not call the function. Without defining the function, we cannot call the function. So function definition is very, very important. So in C++, a function must be defined. Before it is used anywhere in the program. Now let us see the syntax for the function definition. How the function definition will be. So first of all, we want to specify the data type. Or else we can call it as return type. It can be called as return type or data type of the function. Then function name should be specified. And then you can specify the parameter list. One or more parameters can be specified within the parenthesis. But it is an optional one. You want to keep it in mind. Parameters are not compulsory, it is an optional one. So first thing you want to specify the data type of the function. The data type of the function can be otherwise called as return type of the function. Then function name should be specified. After the function name, within the parenthesis, you can specify the parameter list. Within the parenthesis, you can specify the parameter list. Then within the block, that is within opening curly brace and closing curly brace, we can give the body of the function. We can specify the body of the function. Body of the function means one or more statements. One or more statements. That is what is the process we are going to do. What is the task we are going to perform. What is the task we are going to perform. That task can be specified within the curly braces. That task can be specified within the curly braces. Can you understand, students? Right. Now see here, we can specify so they have specified the note. So they are going to explain the syntax. See here, the return data type is any valid C++ data type. The return data type is any valid data type of C++. So we can specify the data type, any valid C++ data type, integer, character, float, double, like that we can specify. So the return type can be any data type in C++. Then function name. What does mean by function name? User defined identifier. Function name means it is the user defined identifier. And then the parameter list, which is an optional one. So that contains a list of parameters. Parameter list is an optional one, and then that contains list of parameters. What does mean by list of parameters? List of variables. List of parameters means list of parameters means list of variables preceded by data type. So whenever we are specifying the parameter, we want to specify the data type of the parameter. Int a, comma int b, or int a, comma float b, comma character c. Like that, we want to specify the variable with the data type. We want to specify the variable with the data type, and then the data variables can be separated by comma. The list of variables can be specified preceded by the data type, and then it should be separated by comma. Can you understand, students? So one or more variables can be specified, and then it should be specified with the data type, and then that one or more variables can be separated by comma. So int a, comma float b. Int a, comma float b. So like that we can specify the parameters. Then what is the body of the function? Body of the function comprises of C++ statements, so that are required to perform the intended task. So what is the task of the function? What is the process we are going to do inside the function? So those statements can be specified in the body of the function. Can you understand, students? So user defined function means so the functions which are defined by the user, and then the user defined function is going to perform a specific task. Whatever the task you need, we can give within that user defined function. And then we have discussed the syntax for the user defined function. So return type or data type, return type of the function or data type of the function, function name, and then we can specify the parameters, parameter list, and then within the block, within the curly braces, we can specify the body of the function. Right? Return type or data type means any valid C++ data type, and then we are going to specify the function name. Parameter list is optional, and then the statements, body of the function contains the statements. The statements are used to perform whatever the task we need to perform. So those are given as statements. The task which is going to be performed, that will be framed as statements. So I hope you might have understood this video. So let's end the class. So thank you, students.